Oh my God, y'all caught me eating. I haven't had nothing all day. I apologize that I am late. Okay. Let me just get this little bite in and I'll be right back. All right, there I am. I'm sorry. I was eating while I was supposed to be on at 6 o'clock, guys, and I apologize. I was in Walmart. You know how Walmart is, okay? You know how Walmart is. They want to let's see. Oh, what is that? I can see the whole thing. I can't see all comments though. Okay, y'all know how Walmart is, all right? So, please forgive me. So tonight, a lot of you guys have asked me about government programs, about working for um, FEMA. Hey, Nina. Oh my God, I've been running all day. A lot of you guys have asked me about building a relationship with the government, with FEMA, okay? If y'all don't know what FEMA is it's a part of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, and they deal with a lot of the disasters that we go through. So, some of you all may be called out to work in a hurricane or whatever the case may be. A lot of times they don't put their loads on like a contract. If it's a certain amount of money and below, they would just reach out to certain people, send them an email to see what they can move a load for. Okay, so basically on this, it's going to be general, but I'm going to talk to you about what you need to become a a carrier for FEMA, to run FEMA loads. Okay. So this is just going to be, hey, Eric, this is just going to be for transportation. And the people who qualify for this are going to be people that have their own authority, and also brokers who have their own authority as well. Okay. So if you're a broker or a carrier, this is a video that you will want to make sure that you pay attention to. Okay. Getting started with FEMA, what we're going to do is we're going to go over what is called the FEMA Tender of Service Program, what changes that they're doing for 2021, helpful hints, what you can do today to register, because registration is open. Okay. So if you have any questions or whatever the case may be, you can send them an email. I help my clients. Okay, so that means that if I done your authority, and you're paying me for a service, this is something that I go over with or help my clients to do. But if you're not a part of my clientele, I'm doing this video right now. And if you have any questions, you will have to contact FEMA. Don't contact me, okay? I only answer questions and things for my customers, all right? What is the FEMA Tender of Service Program? It establishes the terms and conditions of business rules for how FEMA transportation service providers, they call TSPs, work together to support FEMA's mission. Okay. And what they do is all modes of transportation: air, maritime, rail, and motor freight. Okay. So you guys will be a part of motor freight. If you're a part of air, maritime, or rail, that means that you are a freight forwarder. Okay. That is not for carriers and it's not for brokers. Okay. Only freight forwarders. Okay. LTL baseline, Zarlight. no industrial funding fee, and the documents that you need will be posted on the FEMA website. Okay, so opening enrollment is December the 3rd. So they already opened up for enrollment, okay, through February the 12th, 2021. Any questions that you may have about being a part of FEMA and joining up with them, ask them now in this live feed, okay, because that's the only way I'm answering them. Or you could send them an email directly. Okay, guys, I only have time for my clients that I set up their applications. You're going to register for what is called a LC. First, you're going to read the guidelines, right? Then you're going to register for what is called LSC MS C account. You're going to upload your required documents. You're going to be verified on SAM. So I told you, anytime that you want to work with the government, the state government, your local government, everybody is going to look for you in SAMs. That's how they know that you are a business, a minority business, or whatever the case may be. That's how they find you. Okay. They're going to find you because you must first have a SAMS registration. If you do not have a SAMS registration, I suggest you go and apply for that first. It takes about 3 weeks to be registered. You must do that yearly. You will get a cage number as well. And also, it determines your type of business, your NAT code, what type of business that you are in, okay? And a lot of us are in, I'm talking particularly for transportation, movement of freight, household goods, um, um, freight arrangements. Okay, so those type of emergency things that FEMA will use you for is why you need to be registered with SAMS. Okay, ever moved a FEMA load and you not registered with SAMS, or you have your own authority, you are probably moving it for a company that does. Okay, so after you verify SAMS, guys, there's a lot of people that will charge you $2,000 to set up a SAMS account. All you have to do is get your paperwork together. It's about 4 hours to do, and sit down and enter all that stuff. Okay, it's worth it. It will save you $2,000. Okay, if you want to pay me to do it for you, I will charge you a hefty fee for 4 hours of my time. Okay. Allow FEMA to review the documents, register with the U.S. Bank Syndicata. Okay. And then once you get your email from the bank, you are good to move freight. Okay. The reason why you want to set up with U.S. Bank, this is the bank that the military, the government uses to pay you guys for loads that you run. Okay. They have their own EDI system. Their electronic documents, okay, where you are merged into their system, and also you can submit your bills and everything, and they pay you within 24 hours of delivering your load, okay? Once you say that load is delivered, the bank sends you a direct deposit, all right? Okay. Now, with the federal emergency, they have a pamphlet online that you need to read so you understand the rules of the game. Okay, it's very important when you're moving freight that you understand the rules on what you need to abide by to run the freight for them. Okay, now, so step one, we're going to read the guidelines, right? And it's on the website. Step two, what we're going to do is you're going to fill out this form. It's called the Department of Homeland Security Federal Emergency Management Agency Logistics Supply Chain Management System Cloud form. Okay, this form is on the website. Okay, all you're going to do is you're going to put the date up here. You're going to put The name of your company, Brock Logistics. You're going to put your first name, Tamara Brock. You're going to put your email address, your business email address, your phone number, your SAT code. If you do not have a SAT code, you need to get one, okay? And I already told y'all where to go get your SAT code from, right? You're going to get it right here. National Motor Freight Traffic Association. You have to have a SAT code, okay? They will look you up by your SAT code. Let me see. SAT code, look up. They will look you up by your SAT code, okay? So let me see if this gives you a free, and it also gives you, I'm not going to do that. But they will give you your SAT code. You will get a letter, okay? If you do not have a SAT code, they will not accept you, okay? So you will get a letter, and your letter will have your SAT code on there, okay? So that's my SAT code, BCKF. It's a letter. You will upload this letter. It comes from the National Motor Freight Traffic Association. You upload this letter to the website, okay? You do have to do this every year. So my compliance is all the way up until April 2021, okay? So I'm in the system until then. But now, if you haven't been in the system and you want to register to move freight for the government, you will have to follow these steps. If you're not registered in SAMS, if you just an owner operator and you're not doing the government thing, then you can get a load from me to run it. Okay. I will also be asking you guys for bids for contracts that you may be interested. You may not be able to get the contract, but I can get it for you and allow you to move the freight as a subcontractor. Okay. All right. So you're going to put your company address. You need to have your SEC number. You need to have your DUNS number. Every authority that I set up, I make you get your DUNS number. This is the importance of a DUNS number, a DNB number. You have to have that, okay? Because they're going to check your business credit. All right. It doesn't take you but 3 months to get an 80 paydex score. All right. So you need to have that done. You want to have an email. It may be the same email or where you're going to receive your bid request or information about your bids. It may be the same number as your phone number, okay? Make sure that is a working number that somebody is going to be checking emails and also answering the phone, okay? You want to say, are you company? That means that you are a carrier, you have your own truck, or you may have your own trailer, own truck and trailer. Company owned, you are asset based, okay? You own your own equipment. Or are you a freight broker, okay? So that doesn't mean a freight agent, that means a broker with a license that's required, that's responsible by law, okay? The only thing that you're going to check here is you're going to check as a motor carrier. You're going to check motor freight, full truckload, motor freight, LTL, and that's it. Okay. If you check anything else, you're going to have insurance for that, and you're going to have to be a freight forwarder instead of a freight broker. You're going to have different insurance for that. Okay. So keep it simple. Motor freight, full truckload, motor freight, less than a truckload. Okay. Um, you're not moving temporary housing units. You got to have a separate insurance for that. Okay. Print your name and your signature. Print the supervisor name. If your owner of a company is wanting, they may dedicate a person to be their what is called procurement specialist, and they deal with everything that has to do with government stuff. Okay, so you can assign somebody to be able to go in the system and talk to and all that kind of stuff. Okay. Then after that, you're going to upload this document to the website, right? All right. They have rules and regulations. You cannot post, you cannot show loads, how much they pay, any of that on in a public forum. Okay. They have a very strict security process. You cannot share your passwords, your login, anything like that. Each person that logs in that system have to have their own password, their own login. Okay. Do not give somebody else your login and password because it's going to pick up a different IP address and they will ban you from the program. Okay. Um, if you lose your password, you have to call the help desk to get it. You must change your password every 90 days. So that's how strict they are. You must log into the system every 30 days or it's going to lock you out. Okay. You're going to print your name, your date, and you're going to sign that you understand that. Okay. Now, you also have a reference guide called the Logistics Gateway Transportation Service Provider Document Uploads. You're going to upload your documents in step 3. Okay. This is what you must have. You must have your SAC assignment letter, which is this. Guys, okay, that's your SAC assignment letter from the National Motor Freight Traffic Association. This doesn't cost you anything. You must have signed and date the TSP agreement, which is up there. If you are a broker, okay, or a carrier, you also have to have a certificate of insurance on an Accord form showing a minimum of $300,000 in cargo insurance. Okay. Now, with that cargo insurance, you can get that if you're a broker, you can get it from PFA, okay, Pacific Financial Association. For $300,000, it runs me about $120 a month to keep this $300,000 coverage. Okay, you got to upload your policy up on there. Now, if you're doing temporary housing and travel trailer services only, you need a one-page document demonstrating moving experience moving transportable temporary housing units and travel trailer services. Okay. So you have to have that. All right. The fourth thing that they're going to do is they are going to verify you through the SAMS network, okay? Through the System Award Management Registry. This is how you get your contracts. This is how the government finds you that you're out there doing business, and they will send you the information or award you contracts, okay? Want to go in there and register to do business with the U.S. government. You want to fill all that information out. Again, guys, if you do not know how to do this, all right, if you don't know how to do this, you can pay me a generous amount and I will do it for you. But this is free. It's going to take you about 4 hours to do, but it's free. Okay? But you can pay me. You can always pay me for any services that you want. Always remember that. Step 5, you're going to await FEMA review. FEMA Tender of Service Program personnel will review the documents that you uploaded to your company's profile in the LSCMS. They're going to verify that you are registered. And if you're going to do this, I would advise you to do it now because it takes 2 to 3 weeks to get your SAMs active. And if you made a mistake, you're going to have to wait for the update. It could be a month. Okay. So the opening is not, it closes in February. All right. So you need to be working on this now if you're going to do. Okay. Once everything has been met and you go through your training program, which is online, and you have to complete it with an 80, they're going to send you information for the bank. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Let me do. Hold on 1 second, guys. Let me just take this down for a minute, move it over here so I can find it really quick. Every year, the enrollment process is open every year. Okay. After after you get set up, okay, this is how your, like I told you, this is how your you upload your documents, okay? This is how you go in there and you're going to register for Syncada Bank registration, okay? It's US Bank, okay? Once you do that, you are going to receive something that says, give me 1 second. Now, the bank also has free training. They are going to say, welcome to the network. This is your EDI network. That means all the documents and everything is electronic, okay? Also, it's going to tell you, welcome to US Bank Freight Payments, okay? And that is where you will submit your documents to get paid by the government, okay? So you will get that, all right? That will be your last step, okay? And they also know who's already set up with the bank. So whenever they need something done, they know that you set up with the bank, so they can go ahead and pay you for moving the load or whatever they need. The last thing that I got was, I think it was the Navy or somebody needed some masks, the N95 masks moved to a military base. Okay. Let me see. Once all programs requirements have been met and verified, you will receive an email welcoming you to the FEMA Tender of Service program. The email will also contain a link to an online training module. Make sure when you take this that you pay attention, because you do have to pass it, get a certificate of an 80, okay, in order for them to give you the right information. The training link will only be provided to your company after your company has approved for the FEMA Tender of Service program. Okay. Now, the access to carrier web tenders will allow the TSPs to print your BOLs, your bill of ladings, and associated with any freight that they have moving for FEMA. Provide timely updated information regarding FEMA deliveries, the status, the trainer, container, and other relevant information. Okay. Motor freight, TSPs only. Submit your line haul and accessory rates for full truckload and less than truckload. So they want you as a carrier to submit what your loads will be. Okay. Rates are submitted annually. So if you're moving loads at $4 a mile or whatever the case may be, you need to upload that and submit that as well. Okay. Rates are submitted annually during the open bid cycle, March the 1st or 26 through 26. Okay. Now, do you have to submit your bids? No. Your rates, you don't. Okay. You can do it as the contract comes. Okay. Now, transportable temporary housing units. This is have to have, or this is what they have for the travel trailers and all that kind of stuff. A lot of you guys, y'all just looking at reefer, drive-in, flatbed, maybe some hot shots and some reefer drive-in, flatbed, hot shots, 26-foot vans, stuff like that. Okay. Now let's see. The Logistics Supply Chains Clouds is an internet-based software system that FEMA uses to manage certain transportation. Okay. They have two levels. Carrier document upload allows TSPs to upload documents to the LSCMS for FEMA review. Carrier web tenders allow TSPs to view and print bills. Okay. There's two sections. One section is going to be where you're going to upload your documents. Okay. The other section is where you're going to see your loads. You're going to see your alerts. It also will alert you in email, but you'll be able to view and print your BOLs for your shipment, update the tracking information and messages. That's just like your communication, the carrier web tenders. Okay. You will be able to get into that after you completed all of this. If you don't complete all of that, you will not see the carrier web tenders. Okay. So, account request system for behavioral security. Anytime you have an issue with your account, lost your password, forget your login, or whatever the case may be, you can always give them an email. They will reset your password. Okay. Each TSP must have at least one user with the carrier document upload access and one user for the carrier web tender access. Okay. Complete the online training and pass a test with an 80 score or higher. And the LSCMS-C system administrators, they will send you an email notifying that you have been granted access. Okay. Once you complete your training of an 80, you will know how to set up your alert. So whenever a load comes through, you will be able to look at it, give them a rate, and book the freight. Okay. Let's see. So, for additional users, you have to submit this request form. So if it's not going to be you and you want you and a backup or whatever, you're going to have to submit this for each person that you want to have access to the system. Okay. Let's see. If, for example, anybody leave or whatever the case may be, guys, make sure you remove them out the system. You do not want anybody that does not work for you or affiliated with your company to have access to the logins for the carrier web tenders or both. Okay. If they find out that you have unauthorized people that are using the system or getting in there and seeing these loads, you will be banned from the program. Okay. You will not be able to do business with the government. That's how serious they are. Okay. Let's see. It's very important that each person has their own credentials. I cannot stress that enough. Guys, do not share your login and password with anybody. That is prohibited. Okay. If you do not change your password every 90 days, you will be kicked out the system. If you do not log in the system every 35 days, your account will be deactivated and you will have to contact FEMA support desk and get assistance to get reset. Okay, don't do that. Okay. Now, cargo insurance. CSBR are required to provide proof of cargo insurance coverage on an Accord certificate of liability insurance form available for most insurance companies. Okay, you need to provide them and upload your policy, that coverage of what the coverage that you have for freights of all kinds, each mode of transportation they wish to provide to FEMA. So if it's rail service, you got to have insurance for that. If it's um, air service, you got to have insurance for that. Okay. The clear statement indicating which mode of transportation the cargo insurance covers. Okay. So if you're covering motor freight, then that's what your insurance policy needs to state. Okay. Point of contact to your insurance company, including that person's name, number, email address, so FEMA may verify your coverage. Okay. This is what your certificate of liability insurance looks like. It will tell what you are covered for. Like I say, if you have PFA and you are a freight broker, they will provide this for you. The coverage for $300,000. For me, it's about $120 a month. Okay. Now, TSP is required to access FEMA's carrier web tender within the logistics gateway to provide timely updated information regarding FEMA shipments. Okay, you got to tell them what time a person is picking up the load, when did they pick up the load, are they in transit, when are they going to get there. Okay, TSPs must mark the delivery status of a shipment in transit within 1 hour of pickup and delivered within 2 hours of delivery. Okay, you must be enrolled with Syndica to be approved for participation in the FEMA tender of service. Okay, and that is U.S. Bank. The core values. FEMA is committed to the core values of compassion, fairness, integrity, and respect. FEMA personnel apply these values in dealing with coworkers, response partners, and non-disaster customers. It is its expectation SPs acting in support of FEMA will use these same values to guide their behavior and interaction with others. Okay? So you have to be a professional carrier and broker at all times. Anytime that you violate FEMA's core values may result in a TSB being subject to temporary non-use, suspension, or disbarment. So it's very important that you conduct yourself in a professional manner when you are running FEMA loads and you're dealing with the government. Okay. If they have any problems with you, they will never use you again. And these loads pay well. Okay. And especially if you're a great carrier, they will always come to you. Okay. Request for offer guidance on how to submit rates is available now. You may submit rates for line haul services plus your accessorials. Everybody know what accessorials are? That's your TARP charge. That's your fuel surcharge. That is your washing the trailer out charge. Anything extra besides the base of what the load is your accessory charge. Okay, you can submit that anywhere between March the 1st, 2021 to March the 26th, 2021. Bids will be accepted for LTL services. Okay, baseline LTL tariff size are light, effective 9/24/2018. Do you have to do this? No, you can still do loads without it. Okay, submitted rates will be effective from May the 21st. Through April the 30th, 2020. So if you want $8, $10 a mile, submit it. Okay. If you have different charges for different lanes or whatever the case may be, submit it. Okay. FEMA approved motor freight TSPs that have submitted valid rates will be eligible for both one-time only OTO and general RFO. So general RFO is that they will just send out a load that they need covered really quickly. And you just submit them a rate for that, and they'll let you know if you got the load or not. Okay. LSCMSC accounts cargo insurance bid cycle for trucking rates. Let's see. FEMA tender a service award process. FEMA books transportation using two methods: trucking only. Use annual rates submitted to FEMA during the open rate filing cycle. FEMA does not award specific lanes to specific vendors. All submitted rates are loaded into the LSCMS. Results are ranked in order from the least expensive to the most expensive. FEMA selects TSPs based on best value for the government based on several factors. Okay, it's cost, past performance, capacity. If they need 50 trucks, 50 loads, whatever, can you do it? Factor specific to the requirements of the move. Okay, so that's what they give you the award for. All right. FEMA does not automatic tendering and does not have a load board. Okay, so when y'all saying y'all got a load from FEMA off the load board, you got it from the load board. FEMA don't have a load board. Okay, you got it from the carrier, such as JB Hunt, US. Who else does that? Something logistics. You got it from either a broker or you got it from a company that is contracted with FEMA. Okay, they don't have a load board. Okay, they reach out to the TSPs directly when they are being considered for a transportation opportunity. Okay, number two, you can be awarded by what is called a one-time only OTO or spot bid award. Okay, so if they just want a one-time shipment or they just picking people to give them a thing, then they will reach out to you, and it applies to all air, maritime, and rail moves, applies to truck-based transportation's requirement with unique needs, or any move for which FEMA does not have rates in the system. Okay, so last week, like I told you guys, I got an email from FEMA let me know they had one load that needed to be moved, 53-foot trailer of mass. Okay, they have a select group of people that they want to move those loads. They send everybody an email. First person that replies, and it's a reasonable rate, they will have you come pick up the load. Sometimes they want you to be able to pick up that load that day. Okay. So not only do you have to be in the right place, but you have to be able to have a truck to pick up the load wherever it is that they want it to go. Okay. What is a OTO? A one-time opportunity. One-time only spot bid opportunity requests an all-inclusive rate for a single shipment. Okay. Or a group of similar shipments. FEMA issues an OTO opportunity via email to groups of carriers according to the modes of transportation that they have been approved to provide to FEMA. A single bid request email address per company is required. So in order for you to get the load, you got to have a correct email. Okay, you may use a point of contact within your company or a group email address that they can contact. Your bid request contact should be monitored 24/7. Okay, this is something that they will send out an alert that they need you to be able to respond very quickly. Okay, how can TSPs bid on OTOs? FEMA issues OTOs via email to groups of TSPs on a rotating basis to enable all FEMA approved TSPs a fair opportunity to bid on OTA to their best ability. The OTO email will contain the time frame in which a bid response is required, and this may vary based on mission needs. If you cannot meet the mission, you should reply stating so. Okay? FEMA will select a TSP for the move among the bids submitted based on the best value for the government. How can you improve your chances for an award? The best way for TSPs to increase their chances of being awarded transportation work for FEMA is to provide an efficient and effective service. Okay, FEMA values TSPs who respond quickly to their requests, honor their rates, pick up and deliver in a timely manner, and avoid performance failures as described in the STOS Section 6 Service Performance Evaluation. Okay? Now, the performance metrics. Transportation provider withdraws from commitment. You refusal to accept transportation tender. You fail to meet the requirement delivery dates. You fail to meet the requirement. You fail to provide in transit visibility. You fail to meet the pickup time. You have damages or losses. If you are in any of these categories, you might as well cancel Christmas. Okay? They're not going to use you. Okay? They have what is called a service compliance scores. Okay. 1 equals total number of failures divided by the total number of moves or opportunities times 100. Okay. So read that. The best thing I can tell you guys is do not be late. Do not deliver late. Do not cancel. Do not have damage, and make sure that you're safe and you tell them about the load. Okay. You will receive a scorecard. Anybody that falls below 49% will be suspended from the FEMA Tender of Service program for 6 months. Okay. So, there is your company ABC, your scorecard. It will have your company name on it. It will let you know that your operating rating is 100%. You have done 19 shipments. Total opportunities 4. Total opportunity fails 1. Your readiness is 75%. So you will have a matrix once you start delivering the loads. Okay. And this is how they track you. On the 26th, TSP not able to accept tender. Do not have a lift gate. Refuse the expedited shipment. Vendor unable to have truck there by pickup time. Did not return a call. Decline the shipment. Okay. If you get less than a 49%, you might as well cancel Christmas. Okay. TSP fails to meet the delivery time or whatever the case may be. So make sure that you are in compliance if you want to. Hey, Ardell, if you want to deliver loads for the government, okay? Spot bids and carrier performance metrics, okay? Do y'all have any questions about setting up your FEMA account? Okay, do you have any questions for me at this time? You can only participate in the program during open enrollment, okay, which is December the 3rd to February the 12th, 2021. You may register during this time. Make sure you submit this information, okay? Onboard requests submitted outside of open enrollment period will be rejected. Okay. It's not a lot, Jason. It's not a lot. You will be able to do this. The hardest part for you is going to be setting up your Sam's account. Okay. That is a little difficult. All right. But you can write me a check any time of the day and I will be more than happy to do it for you. FEMA may suspend its TSP review and approval process during an active disaster when FEMA tender a service program staff and resources are redirected to support the FEMA disaster response. Registration with the FEMA tender service program does not guarantee that you will be offered transportation opportunities with FEMA. Okay. FEMA reserves the right to relocate drop trailers as agency deemed necessary. Okay. They may ask you to drop your trailer. Depending on the circumstances, detention time of drop trailers may exceed 30 days. Okay. If they have a disaster, they may require you to leave your trailer there. Okay. So if you own that trailer or whatever the case may be, now you're going to charge them for that trailer being there. Okay. You're going to make a lot of money if they ask you for that trailer to be there for 30 days. Okay. And drop it off or whatever the case may be. Okay, so it's good that you own your own equipment. All right, and you will be able to take care of this with no problem. That's why we have to come together if you want to be a part of this, because if you are one truck operation and you go down there to a disaster and FEMA is saying, hey, I'll pay you $20,000-$50,000 to keep your trailer down here, and that's the only trailer you got. Okay. You got to know that. You got to know that. Okay. Include your company name and your SCAC code when responding with FEMA. Okay. Important notes. FEMA requires TSPs to present a printed hard copy of the FEMA BOL for FEMA signature, that original and destination confirmation dates and times when the freight was picked up and delivered. Okay. The TSP must submit a PDF copy of the BOL and email with the required dates and times and signature to FEMA staff member that scheduled the transportation move. FEMA will not consider the move to be complete and will not pay TSP for transportation services until a copy of the BOL with the required date, times, and signatures have been received. Guys, that's what anyway. Okay. If you're in the transportation business, you already know that you do not get paid unless they have a copy of that BOL and signatures on it. So as soon as you deliver that load, you need to fax it in to whoever you need to send it to so you can get paid. Okay. The Department of Homeland Security, SEAL, and FEMA are protected by laws, and violation of this provision may result in TSP being subject to temporary non-use, suspension, or disbarment. Okay. Let's see. What can you do today? Go and register. Download and complete the LSCMSC user request form. Submit that form to the program. FEMA will respond. They will give you your login and password. Upload the requirement documents to be FEMA approved, and then if you're already in the system, all you have to do is upload your information for next year. Okay. They have a help desk. You can always go to the website. Anything that you have for questions, you can give them an email and they will be able to assist you. Okay. So do you guys have any questions? Ed, hey, Miss Eva, are you taking on new clients? I want to get my authority and I'm having a hard time getting in touch with you. Yes, sir, I do. send me your send me an email so I can give you my personal phone number. Let me see. Okay, Ed, that's my email address. Okay. I also before you is this subcontractable for brokers? Um, the broker will give it to the carriers. So it would be a subcontractor for a carrier. A broker wouldn't be able to give it to another broker because that will be considering, I would think it would be considered double brokering. Okay. And you can't, you're not supposed to double broker. So if I am brokered alone, I can't give it out to another broker, but I can give it out to a carrier as a subcontractor if they're not listed in the system. Okay. Um, let's see. Appreciate. I really would like that job. I've been in transportation for 25 years. What job are you talking about, Miss Beasley? Um, Okay. Now, Ed, before you call me, okay, about your authority, there's some things that you will need to get in place. Okay. Ed, I need you to have your business license, right? Registered business license. I need you to have your tax ID number, okay? I need you to have your Duns and Bradstreet number, okay? I need you to also have your business bank account already set up before we start doing your authority, okay? Also, you have to decide if you have a truck or not. You know, what are the plans of you getting a truck? If I set up you an authority and you don't have everything in place, you are going to be paying me $600, and it's going to be non-active. Okay, if you don't have your quotes for your insurance and things like that, all you're going to be doing is you're going to be paying me $300 for the FMC. You're going to be paying me $300 for my time to assist you with doing all of that, and then it's going to be uploaded in 24 hours, and it's going to say non-active, non-authorized, whatever the case may be. Okay, for your authority to be active, you will have to add your insurance. So you got to make sure once you start this process, you also got money for your insurance coverage. And we're going to do some other things that you need, such as your IFTA, your IRB, your all these other things that you need, but they're not as much as what your insurance will be. Okay, so that will be a make or break of if you're ready to get your own authority or not. You're also going to have to be able to get your plates for your truck. Okay, you got to decide, are you going to do power only, or do you have a place that you're going to get a trailer from? Okay, if you're going to do power only, I need you to make sure that you have at least $50,000 in interchangeable trailer insurance so that you can sign up with places that do power only. They're going to ask you to have a little bit more insurance coverage. Okay, so before you call me, make sure that you have these things in place, because once I'm ready to go, I'm going to go. And it's nonstop until we make you active. My goal is for you to become authorized, and also that you have everything that you need to run your first load. Okay. It usually takes about, I would say I get everything done in less than 30 days. Okay. The biggest struggle for most people is going to be your insurance. Okay. If you're looking for a truck, I would recommend that you try to get a VIN number so you can start getting quotes for insurance, because I want you to get 3 quotes. I'm going to ask you to get 3 quotes from 3 different companies, okay? Because that's going to let you know if you are ready and have the money to start getting your own authority, okay? It's going to take about $10,000, okay, to get everything that you need set up. Because once I start asking for stuff, you're going to be paying out for this, for that, for this, for that, for this, for that. And they may be a lot of little things, but those little things add up, okay? So, make sure you have those things in place. And when you're ready to go, I'm ready to go. Okay. But if you do not have the truck, if you do not have the insurance, or you don't know where you're going to get the insurance from, work on that first. Okay. Because if not, you're just going to be paying me $600. And all I'm going to do is get you a MC number and a USDOT number. And it's just going to sit there. Now, if that's what you want to do, I don't mind setting it up and letting it sit. Okay. And if you want to do it by step, you can always do that. What's wrong, Rip? You got to go to the potty? Hold on, y'all. Let me take Ripley to the potty. Ripley killing herself. You got to go to the potty? You killing yourself. All right, guys. Okay. So, do y'all have any questions for me that I can answer? Amira, okay, what did she say? Recruiting. Yes, I did put out a post today that I am hiring and interviewing recruiters. A little bit about being an independent recruiter for me is you're going to be a sub recruiter, okay? And you're going to be responsible for getting drivers, okay? So if you have good communication skills, if you don't have a problem advertising, you are knowledgeable with the industry, knowing what it takes, such as knowing that you got to how to get in school, you know, what you need to get in school, mentoring these drivers that have less than a year experience, telling people what's the difference of being a company driver and a lease operator. Because you want to be able to progress and move these drivers along, okay? I have stuff in my teeth. You must be able to give these drivers guidance, especially the new drivers, on how they can progress. You must be familiar with OTR, regional, dedicated. You must know about, dry van reefer, flatbed companies and things like that. Guys, I have over 50 companies. So you're going to have to familiarize yourself very quickly about what these companies do. Okay. I'm paying a set rate. Okay. I am paying a set rate. That set rate is going to be $300 per hired driver. Okay. So if you put somebody in a seat, $300 comes to you. If you put 3 people in a seat, that's $900 a week. So I'm starting people off like that. So you will know. I'm starting you off like that to see. We have 2 systems. You will also have a non-disclosure agreement that you will sign, okay? If for some reason, because you can't discuss people's information, okay? We handle a lot of sensitive information, and you will have a login and a password to even get in my system. I would like people who are familiar with 10th Street, because that's how I operate. You must be able to put in a full application for a driver, okay? And be able to do the process and get that driver from putting in the application to seeing it all the way through, making sure that they sign their release forms, that you follow up with them when they're leaving for orientation, all that kind of stuff. You must stay in contact with the driver. You also have to answer that phone all times of day. Sometimes these drivers call late, 8, 9 o'clock at night, or whatever the case may be. We want to be available to them as much as we possibly can. Okay. But it is a commission job. It's not hourly paid. You get paid based on your performance. Okay. So if you get really good at it, you can make really great money at recruiting. Okay. And if you prove yourself and you show me that you're able to get drivers in the seat, I don't mind increasing your commission. But I need people in my corner on my team that know how to put drivers in the seat. Okay. So I ask that you send me your email address, your information. Let me know your experience, that you are familiar with the trucking industry, whether you've been a driver or whatever the case may be, and that this is something that you're willing to do. If I don't have any movement on you in a month, then I take you out my system, okay? Because I can't allow you to have access to my drivers, and there's no movement on them. All right. So I will be contacting those people that did send me an email to my Miss Diva Trucker CDL recruiting services. I will be contacting you guys to get to have a one-on-one conversation with you, and we will also be having a training. Nina, you can't do both. You gonna be a freight broker, you gonna be a recruiter, girl. You can't do both. You got to get freight brokering down, okay? Um, but I will be doing a training session on recruiting and letting you know what's expected of you and what you need to do. You will have the phone number will be an 800 number everybody dials in on, and everybody will have their own extension. Okay, so it will be, if you're calling for recruiting, press 1. If you don't, I just put my email address up there. Hold on, I'll send it to you right now. But if you become good at recruiting, it can basically, guys, replace your income in trucking. Okay, that's how I started off. I didn't have any clients. I basically work with new students and things like that. But now I work with everybody, experience from not even having a license, all the way up for people that own their own trucks, and all the way up to people that's been in the industry for 30 years. Okay. You want to become that person that they come to you whenever they need anything about a job. Okay. If they're not happy at their current situation, you're going to always call them. And according to your example, I could do both. You can do both if you want to. If you want to learn how to do recruiting, I'll teach you how to do recruiting. But yeah, we're going to have the class on recruiting as well. And because I got to build my team. Okay. They are waiting on me to build a team, and I've been in recruiting for over 2 years now. So it's time for me to bring on more people and get y'all ready to learn the recruiting business. Like I say, right now the pay is $300 per $300 per hired driver. That means that driver has to have keys to the truck and have delivered their first load in order to get paid. Okay. Other than that, guys, I don't do no 30-day payment. I don't do no 90-day payment. You get paid once your driver is in orientation and got the keys to their truck. Okay. Once they got that, I will pay you. You must be also able to accept a 1099. Okay, guys, anytime I pay out any money to anybody, whether it's 300, 500, 1,000, or whatever the case may be, I have to account for that money. Okay, so I have to be able to set you up on a 1099, so I show where my money goes to when I'm paying out people. All right. Other than that, guys, If you have any questions, this was now the time. If you need any assistance with, like Ed says, the authority or anything like that, you can always give me a call and I'll be happy to assist you with getting your authority. I will also be happy to assist you with setting up your SAMs. That is a 4-hour process, guys, and I got to charge for it because that's 4 hours of my time. I'm getting ready to be trained by government in imports and exports. Oh, that's great. That is wonderful. That is always something good to get into. Logistics, the supply chain, all this stuff is wonderful things that you can make money at in the transportation industry besides driving a truck. I want you guys to start thinking about things that you can do after trucking, okay, to still generate an income and make money, okay. But yes, Nina, if you want to do recruiting, baby, I'll teach you recruiting, I'll teach you brokering, I'll teach you whatever it is that you want to know. If you want to do it, I can't stop you, okay. So other than that, guys, peace, love, joy, and happiness. I will also let you know when we're going to have a recruiting training to get y'all set up with that. Freight agent training will be in January for the ones that have already signed up. Once these people are up and running and they do not need any type of assistance and they are okay on their own, I will start another class. Okay. Other than that, and guys, let me tell you, hold on one second. Let me close this back door. Okay, guys, let me tell you this. Anytime that you want to learn something, anytime that you want to learn something or something that you're interested in, don't let me stop you. Okay. If that's something that you want to learn, don't let me stop you. Okay. Is it going to be difficult? Yes, it will be difficult. But sometimes having the knowledge is better than anything. Okay. So you may not be able to do it right now because maybe you're on a truck or maybe you have a job or whatever the case may be. But just having that knowledge on how to do it, you can always use it at a later time. Okay. So don't let it discourage you if you're a truck driver now, you're moving loads, or if you're out there delivering loads or you got a full-time job or whatever the case may be. Don't let that discourage you. Always take time to invest in yourself. The freight agent class is not but what, $389. Okay. You will always be able to use that knowledge. If you don't use it now, you'll be able to use it at another time. Okay. And it won't be so hard for you. You'll be familiar with it. Okay. Recruiting. I don't charge a fee to teach you how to be a recruiter. Okay. I pay on performance. I will teach you what you need to do. If you're not active or moving after a month, then I have to, move on because I got to build a team. All right. Other than that, guys, if you don't have any questions, do y'all have any other questions before I go? Yeah, Mara, you can do that at any time. Don't overwhelm yourself. But yes, if that's something that you want to learn or whatever the case may be, I have no problem teaching it to you. If you don't, take advantage of it or whatever the case, don't worry about it. You can always come back to it or you can always do it, at a later time. Okay. So, but at least you're investing and taking time to invest in yourself to get another skill under your belt. Okay. Like I say, we can't do this forever. Other than that, guys, it's Wednesday. Peace, love, joy, and happiness. I will try to come up with another topic for you guys tomorrow. I hope I explained the FEMA program in detail for you guys tonight to help you be able to set that up if that's something that you want to do. Okay. If y'all don't have any other questions, I'm gone. It's been an hour and I will talk to you guys later. Oh, Nina. Oh, where's Nina? Nina, Wednesday, Friday. Let's get together and do cold calling shippers. Okay, I'll try to get a list of places to call or whatever, and maybe we can do some team building or some role playing or something like that on Friday. I don't know what time, but just let me know what's good for you. All right, talk to y'all later. Bye.